Hey, so amazing. You see how they playing? Live wire, it's all about sports and entertainment. You don't want to miss it, so official like you never seen. Keep it going till the whistle blowing from the referee. Everything from highlights and stats. You know that we gotta run it back, whether on the field or the court. You know that this is where it's at. Subscribe, no delaying. This is Live Wire, sports and entertainment. Let's go.
What's good, everyone? Welcome to another edition of Live Wire Sports Media. I got a good one for y'all today. I got a good one. Man, I tell you, since Sophie Cunningham dropped her podcast, she has been letting the cat out the bag and telling her how she feels. This is how you talk on a podcast. Same way Candace Parker and Aaliyah Boston talk on their podcast. You don't sugarcoat stuff. You go straight to the gusto. You go straight to the heart. You tell it like it is. You don't sit here and worry about what they may say or how people feelings. And Sophie Cunningham let it be known on her first episode of her podcast how DeWanna Bonner should have handled things with the Indiana fever the way she did. And so she let it know that some people felt some kind of way about it. She told her, she said, hey, DeWanna was one of her vets back in Phoenix. She got respect for her, but she doesn't respect the way she handled business with the Indiana fever because you came there for a specific reason. You came there to be a leader. You came there to be that vet to help groom the young roster, but you didn't do that. You thought that you was going to be the number one option with the fever. You thought that, hey, you was bigger because you played in the league for so long. But the thing about it is you're a washed up veteran and you riding the bench on your current team, and now you're looking crazy. So at the end of the day, it's just one of those things that you have to understand that she does not get the respect that she needed. We've seen what happens when she came to back to the fever. She got booed out of there, and she felt like, oh well, we could get it back. But then when Sophie let it be known that, hey, you should have handled business the right way, then it made all the sense in the world. But then when Phoenix and Indiana played again for the second time, they tried to DeWanna Bonner. They even kind of not talk to Sophie, but Sophie said they had a conversation behind the scenes. Before I even get into a little bit more deep into that, I'm gonna let y'all play the clip.
Right now.
Play the old team. There was maybe a little bit of beef because of our last podcast with how I mentioned that some people could handle
I wanted
situations.
To ask.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that was because of what you said last week?
Hell yeah, 1,000%.
So,
well, I do. I think that our teams don't really like each other anyway, just because of I don't know, just kind of her leaving. Some of those players used to be under our coaching staff, and so there's just a lot there. But
yeah,
I could have been way meaner, right? I told her she didn't listen to the whole clip. She just saw the thing about she could have handled it more professional, which honestly,
right.
Everyone that's talked to me besides their team has yeah, she could have. And so it's duh, but that team's just drama to me. I don't know, but I don't know. I went home and I started hitting some threes, and I was talking all shit. Oh God, it felt so good. I know we lost by 30, but I still got light off.
Hey, that's what I like about Sophie Cunningham right there. She still got hers off. She said, hey, the players on her team say that she should have handled it better. Because guess what? She didn't even went after Sophie. She went after Lexi. She went after Lexi. You know what I'm saying? Was talking trash to Lexi all game. But she didn't say nothing to Sophie. And then Sophie was even antagonizing her, trying to get her to talk. Especially when they got that little tie up in the middle of the court and everything. DB didn't want that smoke. See, DB trying to show out because she's over there with Alyssa Thomas. And then trying to make it seem like, oh, now she in a better space and she's trying to be the bigger person. But we already know that you're a weak-minded person because you can't think for yourself. You're a follower. For you to have been in the league for so long, you should be one of the top leaders. But no, you're a follower because you are controlled by your mate. You are controlled by Alyssa Thomas. Because if it was me and I went to Indianapolis and she went to Phoenix, I would have did everything in my power to help the Indiana Fever be a success. But you was weak minded because you couldn't get your way and you felt like you was owed something. You came, you scammed, you took money, you bamboozled the Indiana Fever into giving you what you want. But at the same time, you thought that Sophie Cunningham was going to back down her comments. Like she said, the whole team is drama. And that's what it is over there. Satu Stavely drama. DeWanna Bonner drama. Alyssa Thomas drama. The whole squad over there drama. Because that's what they feed off. That's what they feed off is drama. And so me personally, I'm glad that she was. I was rooting for her being with the Fever. You know what I'm saying? But then she did a Houdini and disappeared for like 4 or 5 games. And then your old coach Stephanie White was capping for you, making it seem like, oh, I have to talk to her, just giving her time and all of that stuff like that. So it's just crazy just to sit here and say, and that's why when you talk about podcasts and talk about truth and stuff like that, this is what we need. You don't have to sit there and cake up for somebody because, oh, I played with you. But if you foul, you foul. You should not have to worry about that. And that's what I like. I love stuff like that from Sophie Cunningham. And because DeWanna Bonner, we already know. And now a lot of people are really against the Phoenix Mercury because they really don't want them to win it all. They don't want them to make it to the championship because they we already see how dirty AT plays. We see that. You know what I'm saying? And then Lexi Hall doesn't even bother nobody. She don't even say anything. And DeWanna was talking mad trash, cash to her and everything like that. So that's why I was like, I'm just trying to feel like this is one of the things that needs to continue to be addressed. And thank God Sophie Cunningham got this podcast because she probably done had some stuff on her chest that she wanted to get off for a long, long time. And now that she has the opportunity, that's what it is. I love it. I love it. Sophie holds no bar. Now I guess DeWanna Bonner gonna feel some type of way the next time they play them and everything like that. But people try to say that, oh, well, Sophie Cunningham had all the opportunity in the world to say something to DeWanna Bonner, but never did. Well, guess what? They did have a conversation, and she just let her know how it was, how she felt. Because guess what? You should have listened to the whole podcast. You took, and that's what hurts a lot of people. They take bits instead of listening to everything. They take bits and pieces and run the narrative and get in their feelings. And to my understanding on this, DeWanna Bonner got into her feelings because she knew she was wrong, and she's getting called out for it. When you are a scammer, you get called out for it. But then you want to post on social media all of these lovely little things. Nah, I'm glad Sophie did what she did. Great job, Sophie. Keep calling them out. I love when she called out the ref. I love how she called out Paige Beckers, and all of this stuff. So yeah, I like it. So anyway, let me know what you think about Sophie going after DeWanna Bonner again and everything like that. So like, comment, subscribe. Until the next episode, you know what it is.
Hey, so amazing. You see how they playing? Live wire. It's all about sports and entertainment. You don't want to miss it. So official, like you never seen. Keep it going till the whistle blowing from the referee. Everything from highlights and stats. You know that we gotta run it back. Whether on the field or the court. You know that this is where it's at. Subscribe, no delaying.